DD214 Gaming Podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Gaming is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now, because we have you.
So he's saying he's first, huh?
I would beg to differ with that, seeing as us here on the team at DD214 Gaming Podcast are always here first.
I mean, isn't that kind of like
We always come first.
I was gonna say first one's on, last one's off, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like, you know, you like we're the first ones in, we're the last ones out. Like you got it, that's but we're the standard though. So if you're the standard, technically Brandon made it first. Like, because we had to be here. We didn't have a choice, right?
Those comments are okay.
He made
See, there we go. You got to clarify.
Yeah,
first to formation. He's first to formation, dude. Like I
Fucking high speed, low drag over here.
Brandon Cleary, I get you, bro. I get you. I see you.
Got you. Oh man.
Old Sarge freaking still respects a little bit of discipline. So I got you, homie. I got you. How are you guys doing?
I'm feeling really good. I'm still in the residuals from the birthday. How you guys doing?
Good. Happy birthday, by the way. Slightly belated, but it was only a couple days ago, or was it yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Holy shit, dude. Happy fucking birthday, dude.
Thank you.
Okay, happy birthday, fucking John, dude. Fucking Derek.
I know we had,
Sanchez.
you know, we've got John's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, fucker. Thursday we've got my birthday, and then Friday is Brandon Cleary's birthday.
God
Whoa,
damn.
shit.
Well, I'm glad I titled the episode "Birthday Bitches." Then, dude, good job, dude. Like, all right, congratulations to all of your parents for having sex. All right, congratulations to your moms for.
I'm still kind of pissed off that they did that,
right.
because, you know, they decided to have sex and give birth to me, and now I'm sitting here having to pay my own fucking bills.
I know, right? Like,
I didn't choose to be in this fucking world. I shouldn't have to do this thing called adulting.
somewhere in the nether realm, you know, or whatever the space between spaces, you know, like that we existed in for 13 billion years before the molecules, like, you know, conglomerated enough for us to be like shat into this world. Where the fuck did I sign the paper that said I wanted to fucking have a job, dude, when I got here? Okay, I don't remember any of that bullshit fucking occurring in like 13 billion years. 13 something is the stuff that's inside of us has been around for a long fucking time. Okay, at what point did my whatever type of consciousness in that void agree to this shit? Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, they updated the
see-
looks and stuff like that. Sorry, go on. My bad.
No.
But
I'm
see,
good. My rant is over.
The best part about this is out of the three of us May children, May adults in this group, between John, me, and Brandon, there's only two of us that are the best fucking sign. There's two Geminis. Sanchez missed it by a day.
I missed it by
Today starts Gemini season.
What?
I missed it by 90 minutes. Exactly.
What do they call? They call that on the cusp. Is that what? Is that the term?
Yep.
Is that the term in a lot of the heathen type stuff?
I'm so close to Gemini. I could still be considered a traitor.
I was gonna say we'll just dub John an honorary Gemini since there's only a 90-minute lapse there that would have made him a Gemini.
In some newspapers, it's still Taurus season though. In some newspapers, depending what you're reading. Or what year, I guess, whatever. But I had a fantastic birthday. I got DraftKings money. I got fruit punch, cupcakes, and I got an LLC from my wife. I have to
shit.
that so with that, the big boy things are coming soon. What up, Max? What's going on,
What's
Jeremy?
going on, Strobridge?
Oh,
Man,
yeah,
we
dude.
have a full house today.
Hey, man, it's looking good. It's looking good on a fucking Sunday morning, dude.
Yeah,
I see everybody.
Thank you, baby, for that. I mean, that she said to me that day, she was like, "Oh, I got you something that's going to change your life." I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't even think about what the hell it was.
I don't want to be rude or sound crude, but it's like, did you discover a new way to like give me a beach? I
was gonna say, did she upgrade to like the Gluck 12 million or something? I've got something that's gonna change your life.
I love you, Frenchie. Okay, I love you.
That department is that she always surprises me with something new there, but that's a whole different conversation right there.
I'm sorry, bro.
No,
I love you.
And she throws something at him from the bed behind him.
We deserve every ounce of hell that we are going to fucking burn in someday, dude. Okay, like I'm just throwing it out there. I bought my ticket. I'm definitely taking the fucking ride. Okay, go ahead, John. Sorry.
Listen. If there's no room in hell, they better set the table at purgatory. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, there's gonna be some fucking spillover, dude. All right, like
spillover.
There's gonna be some fucking spillover.
Hey, but overall, it was a great time. There was karaoke. There was I don't think there was one kid that cried because of something bad or with outside of getting hurt or tripping or whatever. Everyone had a good time. It was a healthy, happy, fun time. I'm 35 years old. We hit the threshold. My neck is thick. My knees are cracking.
You can officially. I want to say 35 is probably. It's not as much these days, but 35 is kind of official. Like you are now not just encroached, you are implanted into middle-aged territory.
Yeah, I will say. And I don't know how many people could say this, but that LLC was the last notch on my bucket list of set of goals to do before I turned 35 years old. I've accomplished every single goal that I've wanted to do and wanted to achieve before this age. And now it's time for me to start set new smaller goals to get to. Squillini?
So I'm gonna just fire up a topic here, seeing as Clean's now middle age, technically. Jay, you're past middle age.
You're about to be there.
I'm lucky.
Well, I turned 34 this week, so I've still got
left,
another year. I've still got another year before I hit official middle age. But
young ass
midlife crises. If there was anything you could see yourself doing if you encountered yourself in a midlife crisis, what the fuck would you do?
Definitely buy a motorcycle.
I'm already doing it.
I've already been there, done that. I can't use the motorcycle thing.
Yeah.
You talk about it while I live it, dude. If Red got the blunt, I'm the second one to hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm bro, I'm fucking. I literally that has been like my middle-aged life story. Like joining the army at fucking 29. I didn't have very many years in the army. I was already
your midlife crisis was spent You were in combat zones during your midlife crisis.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro! And fucking just everybody thinks like it's not a it's not a we joke about it a lot, but it's like it's a thing. It's literally a thing for me. Like I enjoyed it. I had a good army. I enjoyed my army career. Where there are so many people that have, and I know there's a lot of people that I feel very heavily for out there, hated their fucking time in, hated fucking what we did, like picked the fucking wrong MOS, fucking got treated like fucking shit by the worst NCO or the worst fucking commissioned officer, whoever. Didn't matter. There's so many people out there that have these like horrific fucking army stories. And I'm sitting there like for almost fucking 12 years, like what to do, fucking just like loving every fucking minute of it. Can't get enough. Can never fucking go faster or fly higher. You know, it was all like up to me, and I just like did everything I possibly could. And I was like, and that's how I treated it. You know what I mean? And it was just like, and now I get out of the army and I'm like, well, gee, should I go get a fucking regular job? No, that'd be fucking boring. Let's go work at the fucking stadiums. You know, like let's go do fucking security for concerts. You know, like,
yeah.
Like, sorry.
No. There's nothing to be sorry about.
So obviously, you know, John, you said you would definitely go motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
My thing is, I've been there. I've done that. I've had many a motorcycles in my life. So that's not really, if I get another bike, it's not a midlife crisis for me. It's because I miss the fucking thrill of riding a motorcycle as it is. And there's just something about all that horsepower between your legs, and the only thing holding you up is balance.
You don't have that already? Oh, I'm sorry.
Wrong fucking horsepower. And just remember, ladies and gents, it's not the size that matters. It's how you use it.
Yes. Hey, I just want people to freaking remember one goddamn thing. There's the ladies out there can say whatever they want about my dick. They can never uneat my ass. All right? That's it.
Something's in my ass.
Sorry, the energy is high.
But for me, I would have to say I would become a nomad. I would get like an RV.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I would go full-time RVing.
Travel, see shit. My parents are literally doing that right now. They sold their fucking house last year.
Yeah.
Like that my parents are literally living that right now.
Yeah, I would want to get an RV. I would have to, you know, do some heavy modifications to the RV so that way I still have my computer equipment and shit like that for like
security
podcasts.
Security. Like, you know, maybe, you know, whatever. I'm gonna stop.
No, Max, I probably wouldn't, but you know, the thing is there's a lot of good solutions out there, and Starlink, fucking Musk's internet service is getting better as
heard about
months
that.
Go.
Yeah. You go like in the middle of fucking forest and you still got like fucking 5G and shit. Like that's entirely possible with
people have gaming setups in the middle of the woods with their RVs. It's insane, some of the setups.
Yeah. I mean, shit, Midnight. He had a travel hauler RV, and he had his monitors. He mounted them to the wall in the RV, had his computer set up in there and everything, and was streaming from an RV.
Yeah,
he was. That's right.
So, I mean, it's totally possible, and with the way technology is nowadays, it's not hard to do,
right?
To have a stable internet connection on the go while you're in an RV, and you know, I can.
Well, the hard part.
I would definitely have to consolidate down from 2 desks, one for work, one for pleasure. Well, technically, that's the way the missus looks at it. For me, both desks are work because I do the podcast, I do my streaming from my gaming rig and this setup, and then I have my full-time. They're the ones that pay my salary job. So that way I at least have money to pay the bills when there's no money coming in from any of the other shit I do.
Right. I was just going to say that'd be the hardest part about living the fucking nomad life is fucking just making sure you got a fucking income. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's RVs are not what I like with, as far as like the upkeep can be expensive at times. If certain things go wrong in an RV, that's where shit gets fucking Imagine calling a tow truck and having to fucking like, and it's coming like 100 miles for you. You know what I mean? And then you don't even know like what's wrong until you fucking get 100 miles that way, and they might not have the ability to fucking fix it.
And
That's
where I like that, with my job, it's fully remote. I can work from anywhere. Like when we do a DD214 does Kansas City adventure, and me and John come to KC, I can bring my work laptop with me.
Oh shit, Ben Davies, welcome,
and not have to use up a shit ton of vacation time to come to fucking KC for a week. I can just come with my work laptop, do some work during the day. We go out and do stupid shit at night.
Max talking about West Virginia, freaking by God, West Virginia is where my children were born, and we have, like, they have on their mother's side, that's where they have family out there. They're actually going to be
Virginia,
Mount Mama. Yep,
country roads.
I sang that. I actually sang that song karaoke the other night to warm my vocal cords up. Yeah, it's a good song to use to get the pipes flowing from all the dick. Well, from all the dick that I gargle from the universe every fucking day, dude. Like when I get face fucked by the universe fucking every other fucking week. So,
But that just, I just was thinking about it. I was like, shit, all of us are right there at that point where
you have less life in front of you than you have in front of you. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta live like that. I mean, that's like, okay, my personal philosophy, like that's how you have to be, because if you're, how can you look back on shit? Thank you, John. How can you live life if you're just freaking constantly worried about what you might be doing someday versus like what the fuck you are doing right now? And that's kind of like, that we're not shirking responsibility. We're not shirking, any of that life stuff. That's not what I'm getting with it. But it's like, you have to live life like every day could be your fucking last, because that's reality. That is the reality we live in. And we trick ourselves into thinking that we have even one more second left, when who in the fuck knows what could happen. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And that's one of the things.
No fear, right? No, remember we all fucking wore no fear back in the day? What the fuck happened to that? How come everybody's fucking running around scared now?
And that's one of the things, like, it drives Amy, my fiance, it drives her nuts, because I'm live every day to the fullest. Don't worry about the next day until the next day shows up. Because
Carpe Diem and Carpe Noctem, you know what I mean? Like,
because it's like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna fucking wake up tomorrow morning. So today I'm gonna do everything I want to fucking do today in the here and now, and then tomorrow, if it happens, I'll do the same fucking shit all over again.
Can I get a fucking hua?
Dude, fucking, I tell you guys what, you talk about me, we joke about me being the old guy a lot, but it's like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I got coming to me, dude. Like I've been to the stand a few times, been around all them fucking burn pits, dude. And it's like, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen in the next 5-10 years? You know what I mean? Now that I'm out, like for all I know, fucking the universe could have a nice big fat fucking case of burn pit cancer fucking coming my way. And it's like, am I gonna have to get cancer before I fucking try to fucking keep my dick hard for life? You know what I mean? It's like, no, my dick's hard for life now. Thank you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it that way all the way to the fucking bitter end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so interesting. I actually do, like, people, you say, oh yeah, I feel a day older. No, I feel like there's like a fire in me or something that feels like I have to do something more now that I'm at this. I've even been
feed that shit. Fucking feed that shit.
I actually gotta talk to you. Hey, what's going on, Campbell
Graham?
I gotta say,
Ramon Acevedo, fucking dude, the fucking poop pond to Kandahar, fucking A, dude, fucking A. I remember that one too.
Had to do firepower course at Nellis. Yeah, I mean, one thing I was thinking about, like, we're getting older, right? And I've been seeing this thing of this class called the Agoge.
Yeah, the Agoge and the Spartans. That's the Spartans.
Yeah. The Marine War Raiders or I started there, something like that. And I look at it. This thing has been coming up on my feed so much, and how
the Marine Raiders is what became MARSOC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My first deployment, the first fob we were on, there was a contingent of MARSOC on like they had a compound on our fob.
Yeah, well, there's this
Mhm.
this program for men and women as well called the Agogi program, and it's for men who want to be
Keep their
better.
dick hard.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh no, dude. Did you see Campbell? I'm sorry, John. Dude, put
Oh, no.
Campbell Graham. Oh, put Campbell Graham's comment up, dude.
Campbell.
Oh, dude. Sorry, brother. Jesus.
Campbell, what the fuck happened to you?
Oh, boo. Oh, dude, that's some fucking shit right there. Kidney stones, dude. Like
Bloody
fucking.
kidney stones, Campbell. Fuck me, man.
Well, there went my boner. Like,
Oh, dude. Oh,
we love
man.
you, Campbell. Get
So,
well, brother. Get well, brother.
I've known
thanks for
Campbell
listening, dude.
for years, man, and this is like, you fought a lot of battles, man, but this ain't nothing but holy shit.
Kidney
Man.
stones is a whole nother fucking. Yeah, Campbell, we love you, bro.
Kidney stones are
Yep.
the reason I don't.
Hopefully
I don't
you get.
soda.
Hopefully they pass, or they end up having to just blast them motherfuckers with the laser or
They
whatnot.
got that. I was gonna say they got that new technology shit that basically breaks them down.
They
to the
use an
point where you-
ultrasound. They use an
dope.
ultrasound to blast it, to break them down to where they just come right out.
I want to know this, dude. Like this is just my dumb grunt fucking brain, dude. Like, how in the fuck did people figure that shit out? Like,
For real, like
Because they're smarter than the three of us. That's
why
how.
do people hate? Why do some people hate science so much? I'm such a fucking knuckle dragger. I will do something the dumbest way possible until somebody just like meanders along one day and like does it like 10 times quicker, like with a flick of a wrist, and I like look at him and I'm like, oh, I could have been doing it like that the whole time, like, oh my fucking god,
So-
dude. Like that's
So
like,
we're gonna.
good.
how do people figure this shit out? Because I never could. Like, that's fucking awesome, right? Like, Brandon, I'm gonna stop you right there, Brandon.
I'm gonna
I don't
highlight
need
that,
Viagra.
and then here's what he
I
said
might
right
get
after.
kidney stones just to see if I can possibly.
Here's what
fucking-
LT said. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, thank you, Max. Like, challenge accepted on that one, dude. Like, I might actually intentionally give myself kidney stones just to see if I can get an erection with kidney stones in the hospital. Poor fucking nurses, dude. Like, come in like, and you're sitting there just like fucking like with a fucking tent. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't talking about female nurses, guys.
Fucking goddamn it, Jay. So
Anywho.
So that's the thing. Like, it's odd because I hear all these people talking about getting kidney stones.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am. I only have one working kidney, and that kidney doesn't even function at 100% anymore. I have to take medicine on a daily basis.
Fuck me.
So I don't have to go through dialysis. And I've yet to get kidney stones.
Can I ask you a question? This may be a very distasteful joke, but does your twin have the other kidney?
No. I had both kidneys, and I'm going to have to assume the accident that caused me to get out of the army, my right kidney stopped getting blood flow to it.
Oh,
The way I found out was right before my mom passed. We were moving her out of our childhood home. I was moving her in with me, and I was still, super stupid, young, dumb, full of cum, whatever you might want to call it. And I decided I was going to deadlift her deep freezer that was full of fucking frozen food and carry it 200 yards to the U-Haul truck. Pulled a muscle in my back, went to the emergency room. They did an x-ray. They said one stupid thing, went to my family doctor. He ordered an MRI. Then he sends me to a urologist for a fucking ultrasound because on the MRI, he couldn't see fucking my right kidney.
I don't know how people figure this shit the fuck out. Boy, if I was your doctor, I'd be like one of them like medieval, like, like I'm like half doctor, half like witchcraft, half like torture person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to like, maybe it sounds like you have bad spirits in your blood. I'm going to take some blood. You know what I mean? It's just like, like that would be like
Bad spirits.
Can I? I'm just gonna make you bleed for a little
Jay
bit.
walks in the room with a fucking plague doctor mask on every fucking time,
bro. Like I don't like what? Like,
chanting some random ass fucking gibberish.
Yeah, I'll pick like a fucking weed out of my backyard and be like, grind it up in a fucking stone thing, that some rudimentary Neanderthal shit that I came up with, and like, here, drink this. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna bleed you a little bit, and then you could be on your way. You know what I mean? Like,
here, drink this. I'm gonna stick a leech right there on your back near where the pain's at, so it can suck the toxins out of your blood.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say you had pain in the testicles? I'm gonna put a leech on your testicles. Okay, like here, eat herb. Yeah, all the weed. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Strobridge. It's trial and error, Strobridge. It is trial and error. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, man.
You guys know how, like, the barber shop, like the red and white candy stripe spiral, you know how that, the story behind how that became a thing, right? It was the bloody rags in medieval times on the doctor / like usually dentist's office. And, like, that's like the person you went to see if was that shit. And their methods were pretty fucking brutal. Like, so they were blood-soaked rags, red and white, right? So, like,
well, I mean, just think about battlefield amputations during the Civil War. They used a fucking hacksaw to fucking cut people's legs off.
No goddamn pain reliever either, unless they had like alcohol on hand. Like you had like you're gonna pass out with the pain.
Campbell, good luck, my brother.
Dude, we love you, Campbell. You fucking hang in there, boss. Fucking, we love you, bro. We love you. Fucking, that's some shit, dude. Yeah, bloodletting. Thank you, Strobridge. I couldn't think of the word. Thank you, Strobridge. It's called bloodletting. Thank you. Appreciate that. Freaking, yeah. So, anywho, fucking, how was you guys' week? We haven't, Jesus Christ, we've been talking for almost half an hour. How was everybody's week? Fuck.
Hey, we're Blue Falcons forever, aren't we? We just fucking go. We just fucking go.
I mean, I'm not in it. I'm not in anymore, so I can be a Blue Falcon now. All the fuck.
From fucking midlife crises to fucking kidneys and medieval doctor shit. Welcome to DD214 Gaming Podcast, where we never talk about actual gaming, and it's always some random ass bullshit because the conversation that happens in chat dictates what we talk about.
Makes you wonder, right?
Sounds okay to me. Sounds fucking just fine to me.
I mean,
the gaming's in there just to draw you in.
Yeah, that's like what do they call it? Like a bait and switch? You know what I mean? Like, we're just gonna
fucking clickbait.
I'll pull you in with the gaming, and then we'll talk about the burn pit cancer. Okay,
yeah.
Like, it's like yeah.
Were you ever deployed to Afghanistan or Iraq between the years of 2007 and 2013? Well,
you may be entitled.
You might be entitled to financial compensation due to poo pit cancer.
yeah. That fucking poo pond. Oh my, dude. The best part about the Kandahar poo pond was they had signs. They had all these painted signs, and they were so fucking funny, dude. Like. And it was like a whole string of these motherfuckers, dude. Where it was just like, oh, I got one of the. Remind me, John, or maybe I'll do it here in a second if we pause for a break later on in the show. Freaking out. Let me see if I can find some Kandahar Poupon signs, dude, because some of them are so fucking abjectly hilarious, dude. Like
that's funny. It
wasn't funny when the wind was blowing in your direction. It definitely wasn't funny.
No.
I will say so. This week, we went back to the West. Remember last week I was just a hair away from finishing 1883. Finished it. Fucking fantastic.
Okay.
What's going on, Joseph Cardenas? Finished it.
Hey, Cardenas.
Ace.
Fucking hey, brother.
1883 is a 10 out of 10. I said that last week. It's fantastic. But
did you cry at the end?
I cried like a bitch.
Oh fucking hey, bro!
It was like watching Arthur die again.
just sitting there, just like not even trying. Like I'm just done. Like just tear stained face, dude.
Yeah, it was something else. So we
have to go and watch it, I guess.
Yep. Now we're going into 1923. We're going 40 years later. We have Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren.
He's looking pretty old these days. I'm not gonna lie. He's looking pretty fucking old. Like
he portrays his old self perfectly in this show, and I couldn't be more happier to see like the Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford run this show, because they are running this show, and the characters are strong, they're written beautifully. We have a great story to tell. I mean, when you're going into Yellowstone, you kind of have an idea of what happens, but there's a whole nother season.
Oh, yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, where did they
a crazy cliffhanger?
Oh, it's like it's somewhere between 1923 and fucking rip fucking branding motherfuckers with the Yellowstone goddamn ranch on their fucking chest with a branding iron. You know, I'm like, what? When the fuck did all that shit fucking go down? You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, sometimes in life, it just takes a good branding iron to the chest to stop somebody from doing stupid shit.
Fucking hey, Cardenas. They finally started selling Yingling west of the fucking Mississippi. So Kansas City, I want to say it was early this year. I think
it was early this year.
Early this year, Kansas City finally started stocking Yingling. Every bar in our local area where we live, started put one on tap, and they like people are going apeshit for it because it is a. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't discover Yingling until I was in the Army. Okay, never even like heard of it. There's nothing special. There is nothing special about this beer. It is just a cheap amber. That's it. Mm-hmm. If some of you old fucks like me remember Red Dog from the 90s,
yeah,
it's like the equivalent of Red Dog. It's like it is a amber beer that costs the same as fucking like all the lights, Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light. It's just it's got a little bit more flavor to me.
Yeah.
Either way, it's gonna make you.
Oh yeah, the fucking dude, Yingling, dude, Yingling farts and Yingling shits, like not for the fucking faint of heart. Okay, it's like going to Rangers.
So
right?
This is where we go into story times with Joe when it comes to drinking Yingling.
Oh, dude, careful, Cardenas, dude. Like this, Cardenas is a wonderful, wonderful gentleman and a scholar. This poor bastard. So remember, like I was in my fucking 30s when I got in, right? Like when I was like, I came back from my deployment and I was transferred to the unit that Cardenas was in, and I was still a single soldier at the time. So I'm like 31, 32 years old, partying my fucking ass off with like that much life experience. You know, like I can usually can pace myself. I had some bad nights in the Army partying, but in a general manner and form, if we're talking about night by night, you know, I can get fucking pretty schwasty, dude, and like still just keep fucking going, right? Like I'm like the fucking Energizer Bunny with that shit, dude. Like, so yeah, it's like I was. So I got like all these engineers, dude. Like, all these poor engineers, dude. These poor engineers, dude. Like there's this like fucking psycho. There's like this fucking psycho mechanic. There's like this fucking psycho mechanic back from his fucking first deployment, just like fucking all charged up with a fucking hard dick for fucking like everything life and Army, and like they're like trying to keep up with my ass, dude. And it's like, no, dude, you do, like. I come with a health warning. Do not, whatever you do not try to keep up with me.
You got the budgets with the
challenge accepted.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, like it's that's the thing. It's not a challenge. It's a warning. It's like, it's a health warning. It's not a challenge. It doesn't mean like, this is not a good thing that I come with a health warning.
What kind of symbol was?
I look at health warnings and I see those as challenges. So.
Yeah. I got to hear this. Yeah. Cardenas. What kind of symbol was I? Oh God.
What was Jay?
Ooh. The darkness.
They've got fucking training videos about drinking that have Jay's fucking picture in them now.
Dude, there were some nights.
Jay was the sex symbol of the U.S. Army.
What's that?
Let me find out Jay was the sex symbol of the U.S. Army during wartime Afghanistan.
Dude, like we had some nights down there at Leonard. You know, everybody hears Leonard Wood and cringes because, you know, it's where they went to basic training.
Thank you, my brother.
And
as I literally just cringed when you said that. So
yeah. And hey, Ronnie Day, dude, good to see you.
What's going on, Ronnie?
Yeah, like there were some nights at Leonard Wood, man, that where we really like. I'm like, how in the fuck did the MPs not come and haul us off? Like we had some fucking everybody here. We were stationed there. We were in a force comm unit on a TRADOC post. Like fucking. Oh no. You were late to formation. I never was. That's why. Oh no. Hey, You guys were late to formation. The engineer, the fucking mechanic that fucking drank his face off until 3 a.m. was fucking always on time, bro. I love you, but let's not.
Well, see, and that's
get it
exactly
twisted
what
here.
he said, though. He said you and your drinking and them trying to keep up with you was the reason they were late to formation.
Well, and it wasn't their fault. It was not. I think they took it. They took it like a challenge, and I was like, "This is not a challenge. It's a health warning." Like Ronnie J will probably tell you too. Drill sergeant's in the house too. Like
Brandon Wayner will say it.
It's not. When I had my moments in the Army, just like I have moments in life now. We were talking about midlife crisis, right? You enjoy it when you can, and so between training exercises, between going on leave and trying to fucking maintain a manner of way around my family, you know what I mean? The moments that you have, you got to grab them. So if that meant we're drinking our faces off on a Tuesday night because it's fucking St. Patty's Day and we got to fucking run 5 miles.
Wait a minute. Is Cardenas one of the 4 horsemen?
No, but he knows. No, but he knows all of them.
Oh, but he knows them. Because
he's a good friend of Bodette.
Because
he's a good friend of Bodette.
He brought up the honorary one.
We were all in the same circles because we were one. Okay, so Fort Leonard Wood, Tradoc Post, all fucking all branches of the military are on that post. Okay, yep. And somewhere when I first came into the Army, I got shoved into this one. It was one brigade. It was one fucking brigade. So if you can imagine one brigade of like active Army, completely fucking surrounded by like nothing else but Tradoc.
Yeah.
Like that's what I grew up in as a junior enlisted soldier prior to my reclass to infantry.
Hell yeah.
So like it actually worked for me because it gave me, I knew all the fucking rules. So like when I became an NCO as an infantryman, like motherfuckers didn't fucking get like they weren't pulling shit over on me because like I grew up in Tradoc. Like even though I was active Army, I grew up surrounded by fucking Tradoc. I couldn't go to the fucking shopette without worrying that somebody was going to be up my fucking ass, right? So I had to keep myself in a fucking manner of way and still drank my fucking dick off, right? So like that is a very honorary title, and man, I wouldn't be able to freaking I would never like dude, I love my engineer brothers, dude.
That's
like,
right.
To be called an honorary engineer, dude, is a great honor. A great fucking
And I'm
honor.
sorry. I just have to say, screw engineers, MPs all the way.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
Quartermasters lead the way. You know the truth. You know the truth.
Supply, right, John?
That's right. That's right. But look,
oh my God, Tally. Like run into the shopette. Me and Tally from our barracks. The only fucking shopette that was open was by the front gate. John, this shit was like 2 miles away. We fucking ran after we drank all the beer. And so we did a fucking PT run to the fucking shopette so we could get there on time. And we didn't drive. Fucking like, yeah, Giant Ronnie J says gross. Yeah. But yeah, fucking we literally did a PT run to the shopette and we fucking ran all the beer back. Just to keep the fucking party going, like, because we fucking Fort Leonard Wood, dude. I swear, like it fucked me up, bro. But it fucked a lot of engineers up too.
I love you.
I love you.
Yeah. So I mean, they ain't much to say about 1923. I don't. It's brand new. A lot of people haven't seen it. I'm not going to spoil it. It's great cast, great story. Big fucking cliffhanger. So,
what are you gonna give it on the 10-inch scale?
Oh, that's a 9. That's a 9 out of 10.
Oh, God damn, John, that's pretty good. That is pretty fucking. That is
Taylor Sheridan is a fucking genius. Okay, and I have to say, I cannot wait until he comes out with the Bass Reeves story, which also takes place in 1883.
I think that one's gonna be interesting. Like the 1883. I love the fucking the westerns because
it's Oregon Trail. It's the Oregon Trail.
People like we've said it so many times on the show when I go on like the Wild West talks and stuff, but it's like I'll try to keep it short. people have an idea how bad it was during westward expansion. Like they have no clue. You really don't hear. You do not hear the horror stories nowadays like they used to tell the horror stories up to like the early part of the 20th century and going into like the 1930s. Like there were fucking horrifically horrible horror stories, stuff that is every bit as bad as anything you've ever read from any of the fucking world history around like Europe and Asia and stuff like that. Like it was bad. And it was just bad.
And the show portrays it, and I'm gonna say it, that Kevin Costner's movie Horizon, it's like a 4-part movie. It's going to portray a very, very honest side of the westward expansion.
I really hope they do it justice, because the westward expansion is a period in American history that is not only it doesn't get talked about as much, but it's also controversial for a lot of fucking very good reasons, and people need to hear about it. It is our country's history, and people need to fucking hear this shit.
Kevin Costner received the key to the city from a tribal land, and which is a big deal. You know, those times are so iconic, though. I own a plethora of pews from that era simply because they're iconic. It was a different time, and a very respectful time when law was starting to figure it out. Pinkertons were running wild. But other than that,
you had to run wild. If you wanted to live, you had to run wild.
Yeah,
that was about the only way to fucking do it. Just not unlike Afghanistan.
Yep. Now the only other thing I did this week, I did play a new game this week. I played Weed Shop 3. I played Weed Shop 3.
What's that?
So I received a birthday gift from me and Laura's Brandon Wayner. Okay. He was like, play this game, Weed Shop 3, enjoy it. I think you would like it. It's a thoughtful gift.
What does that mean for the game, though? Like,
the concept.
Weed Shop. Like, what the first off?
Is it one of those idle games where like you just let it sit there and it kind of does its own thing?
No, I wish. So it has that idea, right? So the game starts off. Hey, at some point, don't forget to mention Sisu. We're gonna have a trailer reaction today for Sisu. What was I saying? God damn it!
The fucking the weed thing.
Okay, so Weed Shop. You start off and you go up to this guy. Yeah, you go up to this guy who looks like Elon Musk. First off, the graphics are terrible. Fittingly so. And this guy looks like Elon Musk. He's like, wow, it's actually kind of funny because he asked for a kidney in order to. He asked for a kidney in order for you to get the money to buy the weed shop. So you buy the weed shop, you go to this stingy guy down the boardwalk, you buy some weed.
It is about actually like it is actually about cannabis.
Yeah.
God.
So you're going on and you start. So you buy the weed seeds and you go into your dingy old weed shop that looks like a garage from 1974 that someone slept in for 70 years. And when you go inside, you start growing weed inside of a toilet with a big turd in it. And the weed grows, fertilizers and stuff like that. We're gonna show Mortal Kombat. That's actually our middle segment today.
I fucking hate all of you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this game on Steam right now.
It has very positive reviews. Look at the reviews.
No, the reviews. I'm looking at that, and it's 2,953 people have reviewed this game, and I'm looking through it, and it looks like maybe there's 4 or 5 bad reviews. The rest of them are all fucking positive.
Yeah.
So somebody took a fucking Cleveland steamer in the game, and you got to fucking grow weed in it, and that's how you start.
Yeah.
Fucking what the?
It's great. So that you have to go around and you have to convince people to buy your weed and come to your shop. The more money, the more money you make, the more stuff you get, and then you have to meet some crackhead in an alleyway named Michelle, and he gives you a stick to beat the shit out of Elon Musk with, and then you continue the game. So Weed Shop 3 is going to get a solid.
Joe Tex Quillini joined.
Yeah, look, there it is. Look, there it is. There it is. The toilet.
Oh, come on, for the love of fucking God This is the best thing. Is that your best? If we're talking about Mortal Kombat, remember that shit? Is that your best?
Strobridge, where do you think the expression "good shit" comes from?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's fun, it's interesting, it's a time killer.
What's it called again? Weed Shop 3. This is a sequel.
I don't know what happens
This is
in the first two.
Weed Shop 2 is on sale on Steam for $10. Weed Shop 3 costs $20.
Yeah.
And where's Weed Shop 1? I haven't seen that one yet.
What, John? What are we giving it on the 10-inch scale, dude? I gotta hear this.
This one's getting a 6.5 out of 10. I get motion sickness. I also wish that there was a mini map because the map itself is large, and there's actually an area that you could go into. It's like a hood area, an urban area, and you start beating the shit out of homeless people in there or something like that.
Oh my fucking God. This is like fucking Mike. This is like fucking Mike Jace and Postal, dude. Like,
But there's no mini map to get you back to where you're supposed to go.
So the development studio and publisher of the game is called Weed Games.
Oh, beautiful.
Now, when Weed Shop 2 came out, the studio was called ADHD Studios, but they rebranded to Weed Games.
we went from fucking crystal meth and Ritalin to marijuana, huh? Sounds like hey, maybe their next fucking production company will be called Sobriety Games. No,
or
no?
blue meth,
Like,
or blue meth extravaganza.
yeah, like it's good because it's blue, bitch. Like,
It needs to be on Facebook right next to Farmville.
I mean, it's fun. I will say it is fun, but it gets a bit repetitive because now when I go into my game right now, I have like 10 people at my shop waiting for weed, and I don't have enough weed to sell. So there's that. I may have to start the game over. But yeah, that was the weekend review, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
I mean, we're at 46 minutes. Well, what you got, Squillini? Because after Squillini, you got Jay in his Roadhouse, and then we're gonna do Mortal Kombat trailer review, and then whatever the fuck news we got.
Yo, actually,
this week, just
got you. Go ahead, Squillini. Sorry.
So, this week, let's see, watched Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania because it finally hit Disney Plus.
What did you think?
It's a good segue into Kang.
Yeah.
And going the Kang the Conqueror route with the, now that we're done with Thanos and the Infinity Wars and the stones and all that, obviously there's got to be a segue into the next segment.
Yep.
And this movie was that perfect kind of, because obviously with Loki season 1, we got our first taste of Kang. At the end of that, then it segues into this movie. And now we've got Loki season 2 coming out in a couple months. So I mean, it was good. It was not as good as it could have been, in my opinion. And honestly, this variant of Kang in this movie was way underpowered in comparison to comics.
Yeah.
The comics side of it. Because Kang in the comics would have tore fucking Ant-Man and Wasp completely fucking apart. No problem.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, Squillini? Do you feel that this plot would have worked better as a Fantastic Four movie?
I feel like because Kang was more of one of the big bads for Fantastic Four, if they waited to do the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars and Secret Invasion and all that until after they'd done the Fantastic Four movie in the MCU that's been announced, it would have worked 100 times better than using Ant-Man.
I agree.
It's just like, I'm waiting to see what they do with Spider-Man, because at this point, I want to get low-level street crime Spider-Man. I don't want this, he's going off with the fucking Avengers all the time, fighting the big bads. I want to see a nitty-gritty Spider-Man's just going through New York, taking out random thugs, doing what he does best, because that's what Spider-Man was. He was a low-level street crime vigilante
That's all
in
I
the
ever
comics.
That's all I ever wanted from like the Punisher. It's like I don't need to see a fucking, you know, like going against like the big bad guy. It's like the best Punisher comics are where he just fucking like violently takes out fucking entire gangs. You know what I mean? Like whether like mafia, you know, like criminals, whoever the fuck, where he just like he does his shit. You know, like he does what the Punisher does best, right? And every movie, there've been a couple of decent movies. The John Bernthal
The series,
series was pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty fucking good.
Oh, he's back. He's coming back as Punisher.
Yeah, we'll see. I just stop. I don't need any more, you know, dick teasing. They fuck up the Punisher every time. I don't know. If I wanted to nitpick the Punisher, every single live action depiction of him has been fucked in half in one way or another. And that's just me as a fucking Punisher fanboy. But that's like
I mean, I would say out of all of the live actions, Bernthal was definitely the best.
He's been the best, but that's also because they gave him a little bit more space to fucking work with. It wasn't a movie. You know what I mean? And that worked.
Exactly.
But there were definitely aspects of that character that just that's not quite it's not quite the Punisher yet. Like you gotta you're still getting there. You're still getting there, buddy. You know?
That's the thing. Like with some of the Marvel characters, they're not really they're better. Some characters are better off used for a episodic TV show,
right?
Than
Fortnite was
a movie,
and that would be Spider-Man. That would be Spider-Man on the street.
Spider-Man, Daredevil, Ghost Rider,
Punisher,
Luke Cage, Iron Fist. The ones we've seen in like the Netflix shows, because those characters are have so much development that needs to go into them. You can't cram it into a 3-part, you know, multi-movie deal where it's 3 2-hour-long movies. You need seasons of 8 or more episodes a season at an hour an episode.
Yep. That's right.
That's right.
You know what we're doing? We're basically reliving the you know, it's been about 100 years since kind of like the dawn of comics in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're kind of like basically just living like the live. We're redoing what they used to do, like in the 1930s and 40s. Is we're reading serials, or you know, before you'd go to see a movie, the part of the trailer used to be what they called serials, and it'd be like a short 5 or 10 minute thing, and you would keep up on the serials week by week at the local movie house, right? Mm-hmm. And like that's like we're basically like we're reliving the serials. You know what I mean? Like that's
interesting. Yep. Yeah.
What go around, come around, kid.
So I mean, you know, watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. 4 out of 10.
Ooh.
It was a disappointment. The first 2 Ant-Man movies were good. So far out of the 3, the first one was the best one out of the 3. I do like that we still have Hank Pym in them, even though he's not Ant-Man at this point. It's Scott Lang's taken over.
Pfeiffer, it's good
you know, but it's just this one because they used the wrong fucking characters to do Kang, to start the Kang saga off. That's where they fucked up. Now there was a cameo in it from Bill Murray. That was probably the best part of the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Yep, that was great.
That was probably the best part of the whole fucking movie was Bill Murray showed up. Him and fucking Janet Van Dyne had a fucking affair while she was stuck in the quantum realm for those 30 years. Hank finds out that she slept with this dude that was in the quantum realm and they had this thing. And then now he's turned his back on fucking Janet and is turning her into fucking Kang.
This is why I don't watch any of these fucking movies, dude. Like I don't, whatever all that just was, like my brain immediately just shut down.
That's
I was like
a love triangle.
Yeah. But I mean, still, it was 4 out of 10. There's just I don't care how many times I try to fucking watch it. It's it might, if I watch it again, the fucking rating might actually go fucking down because there's no way I'm gonna get the brain cells I lost from watching that movie back.
Oh, don't worry. Wait till my movie review for the week, because boy, did I fuck myself on that one.
So watched that. I ended up getting now this is me showing my 100% nerd side here. I got a year subscription to Shout Factory, which is they're a video company that releases a lot of like Japanese stuff in the US with English dubs.
Like
and
hentai?
They have a streaming service.
Like hentai?
No, like
why?
Well, God damn it, John, you with the fucking sounds. But so growing up, I was a big Power Rangers fan. Still like
Nerd.
Couple weeks ago, they did a 30th anniversary special on Netflix where it was the original crew back.
Was that good? Seriously, was that good?
It was a 9 out of 10 in my book.
Decent. Yeah,
the story, the way they did it, because they were trying to do it in a way to honor the original Yellow Ranger who passed away back in 2001.
I remember that.
Jason just passed away weeks before.
And then you know, right before, you know, earlier this year, Jason David Frank, the actor for the original Green Ranger, he took his own life. So actually, we found out it happened while we were actually recording a fucking episode of the podcast.
Yeah, I remember that. It's very well, and then you know, like it.
So
yeah,
it was a tribute to the original Yellow Ranger.
There was a lot of drama on that set too. Like the original Power Rangers, like didn't they like treat like the Blue Ranger like shit?
They treated David Yost. They ended up he ended up leaving because there were a lot of homophobic things going on.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
on set.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Power Rangers was. I just missed Power Rangers by about probably 3 to 5 years, just due to my age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I remember it very well. I remember it very, very well.
So
Zach had some issues too, but he didn't end up leaving the show. But there were some documented issues with him as well. But it was nice to see. It was nice to see David Yost back for the part of Billy.
Well, so David Yost and Walter Emmanuel Jones, Zach and Billy, they got together. They wrote this script. They pitched it to Hasbro, who owns the rights to Power Rangers now, and Netflix. And they said, "Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's bring the crew back. We're going to do a 30th anniversary, just a 1 episode 30th anniversary special to kind of do a send off to the OGs."
One thing,
That's
you notice how like the well, because like you know. The Power Ranger who played Kimberly, she's writing a comic book that continues her story from there. And did you notice too? Because isn't the original Red Ranger in jail for like wire fraud or something? Or was that the one that was
what? Wait,
No. He got hold on. So he got arrested for fraud with the COVID finances and stuff. But he's actually been cleared of all those charges already.
Okay, that's
why he wasn't able to. That was the original Red Ranger, yes.
Okay, because you notice how they kind of wrote him off and all the other ones off in that one little sequence there.
So what it was they had to do something where they brought back the second Red and Pink Ranger, because the original Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, due to time and not having, it not being able to work in her schedule for her to film. And then when they were going to start the filming was right when Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger, was going through his legal stuff. So he couldn't leave the US to go to New Zealand to film. So he wasn't able to be in it. So the way they kind of started it off was Billy feels like Zordon's still out there, even though that's not the case. He's trying to get Zordon back. Well, he ends up somehow fucking Rita Repulsa comes back, takes over. I think at this point it was Alpha 7.
Yeah.
their robot and becomes Robo Rita. And then the original team, so Tommy,
Robo Rita.
Jason,
It was so good. I love
Tommy, Jason, Trini, Billy, and Zach, and Kimberly, they're fighting Robo Rita.
I'm gonna name my prostate massager Roto Rita.
Trini ends up getting killed by jumping in the way of an attack from Robo Rita because she was going to kill Billy. That's how they kind of segued into her no longer being part of the team. Then Robo Rita captures the other originals to steal their power so she can go back in time to when she was released from her space dumpster in the first episode of the original show.
And it worked. The writing worked.
To kill off all of the Rangers before the Rangers even happened. That obviously didn't happen. The Rangers stopped her or whatnot. I'm
suddenly reminded why the fuck I never watched this shit when it was on.
So, that was good, but back to kind of what segued into that conversation. I've started watching Zyu Sentai, or it's Dino Sentai Zyu Ranger, which is the original Japanese version of the show that was purchased from Toei Company in Japan by Ham Saban and Eugene Levy to make Power Rangers in the US. So there's the Sentai shows are the original stock footage for most of the fight scenes we've seen in the Power Rangers shows over the years. By purchasing the rights to create an American version of it here. But there were other shows that we got in America that were based off of some form of content from Japan. VR Troopers was based off of another Japanese show owned by Saban.
I loved VR Troopers. That was my favorite. I like VR Troopers more than I like Power Rangers, to be honest with you. I love VR Troopers.
And then, Mystic Knights of Tirnanog, the Big Bad Beetleborgs. There were a lot of shows that kind of spun off from Power Rangers but didn't do as well as Power Rangers did. Like most of those shows lasted a season or two and then were off the air because there just wasn't money there. But no, I've started rewatching or watching the original Japanese footage. And it's really interesting going back after having seen all the original seasons of Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, and the first 6 or 7 seasons of it from when I was still technically a kid, and watching the original Japanese show and how different the stories actually are, and how they were altered by Saban and Co. to make the American show that we got.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot of interesting work.
Oh, yes.
It's fun to watch the fight scenes because it's like sitting there watching them and watching the fight scenes in the Japanese show. It's like you're just rewatching the same fight scene you've already seen, because all they did, anytime the Rangers in the US show were suited up and fighting a monster, they just dubbed over it the actors' voices and use the exact same footage in the American show. They didn't reshoot anything for fight scenes or anything where they were fully morphed and in suit.
That's why you ever notice that the only scenes there ever are, they're in Angel Grover inside the command center. Makes a lot of sense. But yep.
And then outside of that, just been plucking away at Tears of the Kingdom still.
You still enjoy it?
It's still a great game. A lot of exploring to do. I've probably spent more time exploring than I have doing main story quests. I've got the whole map unlocked at this point because there's different towers you have to go to actually unlock sections of the map. So there's points where you're running around and your mini map in the bottom left corner is just pixelated dots because you haven't gotten to the tower to unlock that area yet on your map to see exactly where you're at. And I've got all that unlocked. I've completed the first major boss just did that yesterday. I probably at this point have almost 100 hours into the game.
What? How many?
100.
Wait, when did it come out? When did you get?
It's been out for a week and 2 days.
I think my wife has more than that.
Okay, hold on. So 168 plus 48. All right, that's like 208. So there's been 208 hours
Since the game came out.
and you already
And
have
100 of those hours I've put into the game.
You sick fuck. But that's cool. That's fucking cool.
Yes, Brandon, the airship guy. That's the one I've already beat.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. That is fucking. I'm just glad you still like it. I'm glad. I'm glad.
I'm just
glad
rolling around. I've got 2 horses. Because in the game you come across wild horses and you can hop on their backs and calm them down and then take them to a stable and register them to yourself. I've got Fubar is the first horse I captured.
Good name.
So when you register your horses at the stables, you can name them yourself. So the first one I named Fubar.
Mm-hmm.
My second one I named Clown Shoes.
Nice, dude. Dude, absolutely. Both very strong names.
And so most of the time I've spent so far has just been riding my horse, killing the monsters in the world, just kind of just rolling around, doing some exploring, finding all the different shrines, but not actually going into them to complete them, just unlocking them to where I can just get back to them at a later point once I have like better gear and stuff like that, because that's another big concept of the game. All your fucking shit breaks. All your weapons break. They have durability. And over time and using them, they'll break. And with that durability, they also, you know, when you first start out, you start out with like a fucking tree branch, which has an attack power of fucking 2. Like tree branches you can kill an enemy with, but you're going to go through 4 tree branches before you kill the enemy. Kind of thing.
Right. That's
and then
well, I'm just glad it didn't like nosedive on you after your initial review last week.
It definitely has not. It's but again, it's Zelda. It's a franchise I grew up on from, you know, Link's Awakening on the NES all the way through to, I think the only game in the franchise I have not played, Twilight Princess.
Oh, interesting.
No clue. Like it's like you got me on that one too.
But yeah, no, that was my week. So what we got? We got what? Roadhouse.
Jay.
Well, I can. Yeah, let me. I'll do my my week in review real quick before the Roadhouse. Well, so yeah, very mundane kind of week again. So I'll give a real quick. So we did, and we're almost finished with Hannibal season 2 this week. Still just like last week, high marks, high praise. They go in a little bit of a different direction in season 2, and I'd kind of forgotten that upon like rewatching it.
Yeah.
And there's times where, do you know how like you feel like they're gonna do something, like they're about to jump the shark in the show, and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And you're kind of like,
absolutely.
They use that kind of, they manipulate your kind of like emotional feels in this show to trick you, and it like. And like season 2 kind of does that a few times. And it's like, there's no spoilers attached to this. That's literally like, that's what this show does.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's like, it's a thriller, it's suspense. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a mystery. You know what I mean? Everybody's fucking batshit crazy, but very, very smart. Right. So like, it's one of those, like, it's a very elegant show. Right. So that's kind of like, that's how they keep it. So yeah, continued high marks for Hannibal. And then, oh my fucking God, dude.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Last night, me and Nikki sat down to watch the 4th fucking Indiana Jones movie.
Oh,
right?
Jesus Christ.
So if I'm a child of the 80s, right? So like I was a kid in the 80s. I grew up on Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom. You know, when Last Crusade come out, like, you know, I had seen it within, I don't know how long, but it wasn't very long, and I'm pretty sure I saw that movie in the fucking movie theater. You know, with good old Sean Connery. You were like it hot and sloppy. Yeah, that guy. Fucking. We sat down last night and watched. I don't remember. It's whatever the Crystal Skull one. What's the name of it? Is it Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Kingdom of the
Crystal Skull.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay. I was initially surprised. I have seen that. By the way, I've seen this movie before. I was initially surprised upon rewatch that the first opening kind of portions of it, yes, they were hokey, but they weren't over the top for Indiana fucking Jones. Okay, the nuclear bomb scene, you know, like, yeah, it was hokey as fuck. It would have never worked in real life, but it was not over the top for Indiana Jones. We're talking about a fucking film series here where they fucking pulled a goddamn beating heart out of a dude's chest while he like, you know what I mean? Like, Tommy, you know, like that shit has also happened, you know, riding a fucking raft out of a crashing plane and landing that raft in the middle of the fucking like raging, like Whitewater Rapids fucking river, you know, like that has also happened in this series. Just, you know, reminder, right? Like this is not over the top for Indiana Jones. And then the movie continues. And then we start encroaching in over the top territory very, very fucking rapidly. Okay. First we see Shia LaBeouf. He enters the movie on a train platform riding a motorcycle. Shia LaBeouf. Later we see him swinging through trees with monkeys at 30 plus miles an hour to catch up with two speeding cars. Shia LaBeouf. Okay. The movie got really, really fucking stupid. Like where I could like suspend a little bit of disbelief, like for some of the earlier portions, you know, after Karen Allen comes in and after they get to the jungle, pretty much everything after that was such a giant fucking faceplant, dude. You know, we're talking about like a rolling sword fight using two Soviet car boats that were like previously in the movie, you had seen this like giant bulldozer thing, like clear cutting forests so that people would have a place to drive, right? And a path to drive through. And all of a sudden there's like 18 miles of fucking road in the undiscovered Amazon wilderness for them to have a fucking rolling sword fight on. Sword fight, not gunfight, sword fight. Okay. Then we do 3 waterfall jumps. Okay, where dude, I can't count how many things in this movie just absolutely like made me want to put a fucking like bullet in my fucking TV, you know what I mean? And just call it an evening, right? Really, really disappointing. It was fucking it was the Crystal Skull. It's the Crystal Skull. This is the fourth one. The reason I think part of the reason we watched the Crystal Skull last night is because they're coming out with the fucking 5th one. And I think the nostalgia factor is going to hit. And I don't know if I'm ready to see how bad they fuck up the last one. Like this is definitely going to be Harrison Ford's last Indiana Jones. I don't know if I have the balls to see how bad they're going to fuck this up. I don't think it's Indiana Jones, like that story and that character, that was a product of its time. It was the 1980s, dude. The shit worked because it was the fucking 1980s. You remember the 1980s guys when they thought like ninjas and going to like a karate dojo would make you a badass? Okay, and then in the 1990s, like Ultimate Fighting came out, and you realize if you don't know how to fucking fight on the ground, you're gonna get your fucking ass kicked. You remember that part?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the 1980s. Everybody was in a suspension of disbelief because nobody knew what the fuck was going on or how science worked. Okay, like Indiana Jones is a product of its time. I'm really scared about the 5th movie because of how bad. Like I really forgot. Like this movie was terrible, and I forgot just why and how bad it really was. Like even for me. Somebody who like, shut the fuck up, Cardenas. Oh my God, I hate you. Like, go drink a fucking beer, engineer, dude. Like, keep up. All right, just keep up, please. Love you, bro. Love you. Here's my thing. I don't mind reboots. I don't, there are ways to reboot stuff. There's ways to fucking redo franchises. There's ways to. We were literally just talking about it. Serialized versions of certain characters. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to do everything differently. You just you can keep the same fucking characters. You know what I mean? This is not how it's done. Introducing aliens and alien technology and somehow they give a fuck about all the cultures around the world and they hide all their shit in the fucking jungle. No, dude, just fuck no. I'm out. Fucking out, dude. Like, get your fucking shit together, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg and fucking Disney, dude. Get your fucking shit together, dude. Like, Oh, I'm down, Max. I'm fucking dude. We're gonna be in West Virginia.
I'm not that far from there.
Yo, we're gonna be in West Virginia for at least a couple days at some point in the very near future. So heads up to all you fucking gents in that little AO. Fucking we are making a planned trip to get the girls to their Nan and Papa's house for part of the summer. So this is not that far away from a lot of other stuff on the Eastern Seaboard over there, guys and gals. So just sending the fucking shout out now.
I was gonna say, swing through fucking North Carolina, Jay.
Saying, dude, it's all that shit is not that far away from any of that. So, anywho, Indiana Jones in the fucking Kingdom of the Crystal Who Gives a Fuck like gets no score. Like I will not rate I will not rate this fucking movie, dude. Like
the Kingdom of the Crystal Who Gives a Fuck.
Yeah, dude, again, I can do I grew up in the fucking 80s, you know, Goonies and fucking Gremlins, you know, like all that shit. Like that was the shit I grew up on.
Goonies never die.
Goonies never say die, dude. Like I look, man, I can do the suspension of disbelief. What I can't do is have my fucking intelligence insulted while I do it. You can have one or the other. You cannot do both. You can. I will suspend my disbelief, but you do not get to call me a fucking moron while I do it. Okay?
Why not?
I will. But Jay, I will wholeheartedly agree with you about fucking Legend of the Crystal fucking
whatever the shit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, dude. So
because
it was so bad.
It was. They were trying too soon to pass the torch to somebody else to take over Indiana Jones.
Shia LaBeouf.
And personally, Shia LaBeouf was not the right person.
He's a great actor. I will give Shia LaBeouf high marks for his acting in many, many other movies. Yeah, they really did him. They did him and fucking Harrison Ford and Karen Allen all fucking dirty. And Kate Blanchett, dude, like that was just what a weird character for her to play. She always plays her roles well. Yeah. But what a weird fucking role for her to play. That is just I don't. Who the fuck? So who the fuck reads a script like that and is like, you know what? That sounds like a good fucking idea, bro. You know, it's like how fucking. What did we say last week? Like, how much fucking cocaine did you have to fucking do before that sounded like a good fucking goddamn idea, right? Harrison Ford, you know what Harrison Ford's doing? He's in for a paycheck, right? I don't blame that motherfucker one bit. That's his fucking money, dude. Like, correction, his grandkids' money. But like, still, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
But see, that's the thing. Like, ever since Lucas sold Lucasfilms, Lucas Studios to fucking Disney, all of the fucking franchises Lucas did, Indy, Star Wars, have just shot the fucking shit.
Surprise.
Yep.
What surprise? What happens when a fucking soulless corporation fucking takes over your fucking intellectual and property rights? Just fucking like slap a pair of mouse ears on that shit and call it a day, dude. Somebody will buy it. It's only your dignity. Suck it. It's only your dignity. Suck it. Sorry, guys.
I'm actually, Max, on that note, I'm looking forward to that movie, The Machine by Bert Kreischer.
That one might be interesting, depending on how they do it.
It's going to be good. And I love the fact that they've got Mark Hamill playing fucking his dad in that movie.
That was actually one of the selling points for me. It was not. Yep. I've been listening to that, that little sound clip like for years and years. It never fails to make me laugh. When I listen to the sound clip of him doing the machine routine, like on stage or whatever, never fails to make me laugh. But I've heard the story 1,000 times. So like, it's like, if you're going to make a movie about it, you might have to entice me a little bit. Luke Skywalker's in this motherfucker now. Okay, man. Okay.
And the thing is, it's not really going to be, from what I'm getting from it, it's not a retelling of that story. Correct. It's now the Russians are coming to take his ass back again.
Right. Because they want the machine back, right? Like,
yeah. So he gets, him and his dad get kidnapped by the fucking Russians kind of thing. And his dad is fucking Luke Skywalker. So
that might make it. That might make it.
No matter what, Hamill by far out of like that generation with Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Hamill is always a legend in my book.
Yeah.
He's the fucking Joker.
He's the Joker.
He's the fucking Joker.
But let's not forget, he's not just played the Joker in the DC. He was the trickster in the 1990s Flash show.
Yes, he was.
And he reprised his role as the trickster
Yes,
in
he
the
did.
more recent Flash TV series that's done on CW.
He's true for the acting community. He is truly like a renaissance man. Like he really he is so unheralded in the roles that he can do and the way he puts himself into his characters that he plays. That is actually one of the reasons I appreciate art, and you can tell an artist from a person who collects a fucking paycheck. Okay, and that's not a fucking dig on fucking Harrison Ford, by the way. That is a plug for fucking Mark Hamill. Okay,
but see, that's the thing. If you look at Harrison Ford's resume, he literally plays the same character. Just it's written differently in every movie he's in almost.
I didn't kill my wife. Yeah. Where's my son? That's my president.
Yeah,
exactly. Ad infinitum.
He's the exact same person in every movie. Just in this movie, he's the same guy, but he's a space smuggler. In this movie, he's a fucking archaeologist or whatever, a treasure hunter, whatever it is. It's right for Harrison Ford is typecast into the exact same fucking role for everything he does, and he does it for a paycheck.
And I can't talk shit because if they put me in a motherfucking Hollywood production, I'd be playing some version of fucking Jay Campbell because that's about the only fucking acting I can do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be the doctor as portrayed by Jay Campbell. The fucking teacher as portrayed by Jay Campbell. It's like Jack Black. This motherfucker has like zero range. It's just
Jack Black.
It's Jack Black as Jack Black starring in a Jack Black movie. You get what the fuck you pay for, dude. Okay. Like, by the way,
however, his version, Bowser, him as fucking Bowser was perfect.
Look, I got nothing bad to say about the dude, but I've just never been a fan. That's all it's not Jack Black's fault. That's all Jay, but never been a fan. So it's like, if I see the two words Jack and Black put together on a movie or a TV show, like I change the fucking channel. Like that's just me. Like fucking. But yeah, so fucking anywho. So yeah, that was it. I fucking watched Indiana, whatever the fuck, and something Dark Side that they never got to make a ride out of at Disneyland because the movie sucked, and it sucked. So that's that. John, can we fucking do the Roadhouse now?
Yeah, please.
I love you.
You got the button, Squillini?
Squillini's blacking the fuck out. He didn't know what the fuck's going on.
That one, right?
And then because I got something for Jay too.
Oh, here we fucking
Jay
go.
Too.
Hold on.
Can't fucking wait for this. There we go. That sounds good. Well, pilgrims, been a few weeks. I just want you guys to know that I've missed you too. Welcome on back in. It's good to see you at the saloon again. Instead of sitting at the bar today, let's go sit over there. We'll meander on over there yonder and sit at their table. Time to go to the Roadhouse. Have an adventure. All right. So, last night at Arrowhead Stadium here in beautiful Kansas City, Missouri, I was privileged enough to do some security for Monster Jam. Yeah. Do you guys like monster trucks? You like loud noises? You like seeing fucking 12,000-pound machines do fucking backflips? Because I do. OMG, do I. Let me tell you about it. Dude, this shit is fucking wild. Okay, a little bit of backstory on the Monster Jam. I did in fact do Monster Jam last year at Arrowhead, but I think due to the time and the era, in that particular portion of the year, I was a little bit more in like a different, kind of a different mindset, a different mode. I wasn't paying as much attention to, some of the stuff that they actually do and like how they kind of perform, in this sport. And I will absolutely call this a fucking sport, dude. Like there was a competition last night. They got points for like the different events that they did. Like it's a thing. It has become a thing. going back to earlier when we were talking about me being a child of the 80s. When I was a kid, you know, we got to go see Bigfoot, and they'd pull out like a bunch of fucking shitty wrecked cars, and Bigfoot would just like fucking roll over them, and then he'd come back and he'd roll over them again. And that was all it was. That was the show. That was the show. Like, can you do the boo again? Boo again, because that was the whole fucking show. Like, boo, 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 boo. There you go. Yeah. There it is. Fuck you, Bigfoot, you puss. Fucking little puss. No wonder fucking Gravedigger overtook your ass, dude. You fucking puss. Yeah, anywho, that's like what we got back in the 80s. Now, dude, these fucking things, dude, are wild. First they do races. Then they do like a trick competition. Okay, and then they do like a freestyle competition that is also includes tricks. Okay, so you have like 3 events with 10 different trucks throughout this event. It's pretty fucking wild, dude. Like, some of the shit they can do with these goddamn machines, dude, it's nothing short of amazing. Again, my little peon fucking brain would have never been able to like invent or manufacture any of these fucking machines, dude. Like, it is like some of the they do fucking backflips in these goddamn things, dude. They do like these little stand like stoppies where they're like vertical, and then they like moonwalk and they go like backwards in them, and then they go forwards and shit. And it's like, how in the fuck did they figure out how to make those machines do that? Fucking awesome seeing it, dude. It's wild. And like, here's the really cool part for Jay when he has to do security for events like this: the crowd. John, you don't have to put your thing up, or you can if you want. I don't care. John, what do I always say? I judge an event by. I know you already know this answer. The crowd. That's right. The crowd. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. So I always judge by the crowd. Monster Jam. Or John, can you turn that down like two notches, maybe?
It's either that or it's off.
That's loud. I did like it though. But anywho, freaking the crowd is like, it's all families. So there's a shitload of kids. Everybody's there to have a good time. Nobody's there getting into like drunken fist fights because, you know, they're shitty Chiefs fans because we started winning all of a sudden. And like all of a sudden all of our bad fans like came out of the woodwork to just come to the game and get shitty, right? And yeah, like it's really cool. It's really cool. Not a Joe, no shit. Not a single incident. Not a single fucking call. The fucking only thing I had to do is at the end of the night, there was an old lady who was down several sections in one of the sections near me. Me and one of the fellow security guys helped her up the stairs so we could get her a courtesy wheelchair because her legs got to feeling weak, and so we just helped her up the stairs. That was literally the hardest thing I did last night. All I did was just walk section to section, peek out, watch some fucking really cool fucking monster truck shit, walk back out, walk through fucking my little section of Arrowhead, peek out. I call it in J terminology, I call that free money. Okay, that's for me, that's just free money. I just had to fucking be there, and that was nice. It was beautiful. Thank you to fucking all the fans here in Kansas City and the outlying areas that came to Monster Jam last night. You guys were fucking awesome. Okay, you made my life easy. You made the Arrowhead security fucking their lives fucking easy. Okay, everybody's looked like they had a good time. Kids go wild, dude. It's loud. It's really fun to watch, dude. And they've really, Monster Jam is a thing. And I would highly encourage anybody like on the coastal areas, people that didn't grow up watching some of this like Midwestern, like wild ass fucking like car and truck shit, look into it once in a while. It's actually pretty fun. The kids go ape shit over it. You know, there was people from all over Kansas City. Okay, every freaking demographic was fucking represented last night. Like I saw them all. For some reason, people like fucking giant trucks, watching them fuck shit up and do really cool shit that they otherwise a 12,000-pound object should not be able to do. So Roadhouse, fucking this week with Monster Jam, fucking we're giving this one a fucking solid, dude. Like that was a good fucking show. Like I was really happy, and the crowd got the fuck out of there as soon as it was over. I was home by 11 o'clock. I was home by fucking 11 o'clock, dude. Thank you. Thank you.
That's fantastic.
I had a good time, dude. That was one of the few events I've done up to this point where I was able to. I never really relax, right? But I would say like I was able to stand down a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I was able to go from like, let's say DEFCON, DEFCON 5 to like DEFCON like 3 even. I was able to kind of like functionally chill. All I had to do, I was just listening to my fucking my walkie-talkie and just walking. And it like that was one of the few shows I've been able to do where like I literally didn't have to do anything. Everybody policed themselves. Everybody behaved. The show was fun to watch. The kids loved it. And then everybody got the fuck out like immediately. Everybody was gone. Like as soon as it was over, we were doing our sweep less than 15 minutes after they fucking finished. Like at Arrowhead, that's unheard of. People after football games, people are allowed to chill there in some areas for an hour. So it's like even if the game's over, we're still there for like over an hour afterwards. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, we were doing our sweeps 15 minutes after the shit stopped.
Making sure everyone's gone and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So anywho, Monster Jam, thank you. Fans of Kansas City and the outlying areas and anybody that traveled here to see it yesterday, thank you. And I look forward. I'm going to be doing a few Royals games this week, so I don't know if I'll make it out onto the field this time or not. But look, if you want to watch a very painful Kansas City Royals performance for the next 3 days, I'm going to be at Kauffman Stadium tomorrow through Wednesday. So come out and say hi if you're in the Kansas City area. I'll see you guys there. All right.
Fantastic.
Fuck yeah.
Right, so how about we do a trailer?
I was going to say, do we have a retro game of the week this week?
No, we don't. Next week is actually next week's retro game of the week will actually be a mid-season finale. It's going to be a good one, so get excited for that. So how about the trailer? A badass trailer.
Oh, we call that a serial, right? What
retro
game of the week is a serial. That's it, dude. Like, see, you fucking. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Trailer.
So we have a movie. We're gonna react to this movie. You can we're gonna take the camera out, and then enjoy this. This movie is called Sisu. I think you're gonna like this, Jay.
Get down on your knees. Fuck him up! We got gold!
He was a Finnish commando. Lost his home and his family in the war. He became a one-man death squad. He's one mean motherfucker that you do not want to mess with. Fire!
You'll see what happens when you take everything from him.
Do you really believe that he's immortal?
No, he just refuses to die.
How many minds did you bury here? All of them.
You and you.
This is not about who's the strongest. This is about not giving up. We have a word for that in Finland.
we might have a problem.
So that was actually brought to us from Jeremy Strobridge, who said, I think Jay might like this.
Boy, that's an easy call to make. If there's one thing I fucking love is watching Nazis get fucked up. I fucking hate Nazis, dude. Have I ever told you how much I hate fucking fascism? Did I ever tell you guys that?
All the time, Jay.
Like, you could even call me anti-fascist if you wanted to.
Something like that.
Man, I hate fucking Nazis. Oh, man. Did you see them fucking fly apart, dude?
Oh,
that was fucking awesome.
They flew apart all right. That was amazing.
Fucking Red missed that motherfucker, dude. Like, so I'm curious. Did you look into it? Like who like, is there a film studio that created this, or like what's the whole background on like who wrote that fucking story? That's a great. Are you guys familiar with the Finnish Russian war during World
actually, I am not. If you know, please tell me.
Well,
because this is something that I'm unfamiliar with, to be honest with you.
Finland fought against Russia in the late 1930s and going into the early parts of World War II.
So this was obviously a part of the war, the Great War.
Well, it's still during the war, but Finland beat Russia, dude. Like they beat Russia back. It's called the Winter War, and like they Russia's hands were full with fucking with Germany, so they kind of had to pull back from what they were trying to do in Finland. Does that make sense? And it was because the Finnish resistance was so fucking strong when they went in. So this movie said 1944 that would take place just a few years like past that, and Finland's just trying to stay the fuck out of everything, but Germany's fucking still being some cocksuckers, right? And so
and Russia comes on in,
dude. Mm-hmm. That was a very, very bad time, but I kind of like the telling stories about it and just having fun killing Nazis. Yeah. Just killing Nazis, dude. Like there is no such thing as a bad movie when shitloads of fucking Nazis die. Okay, there is no such thing.
No.
Any movie where shitloads of Nazis die will automatically get a 5 of 10. It's just going to start at 5 of 10 for me. Okay, like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal, whatever the fuck. There were no Nazis. They were Russians.
Yeah.
I don't need that right now. I get to see dead Russians every fucking day on my fucking internet feed, dude. Like from fucking Ukraine. Okay, like I didn't need that. I want to see fucking Nazis die, dude. Like, yeah.
This will be the movie for you then. And now,
take my fucking money. Take it. Just take my money. It is a feel-good film. I like that, Strobridge.
Oh, sorry. And now, the news with the 3 J's. All right, so first and foremost, everybody knows what the fuck is going on. You guys heard it. You guys saw it. Mortal Kombat 1 has been revealed. Albeit it's not gameplay footage, but Squillini, tell us what you know about this reboot of the franchise.
Well, that's pretty much it right there, is that it's supposedly a reboot. So they're kind of starting it over. This will be the first Mortal Kombat game in a couple of years, or last couple games in the franchise that we've gotten that actually has a story mode in it. And they're changing up the backstories on some of the characters in a sense from what I've read so far. I've only seen bits and pieces of information on the game so far though.
Yeah, there's not a lot that's been out at all, but there are questions, like the Mileena question. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Well, in the lore, Shang Tsung was the one that created Mileena, and now the question is this still the case? We also see here Sub-Zero
Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
They're brothers. Or kind of seems like that they're calling them brothers in this. We have the boy Liu Kang, the boy,
our homie right there.
I'm actually. I mean, we with the hype of the movie, and now we have this reboot of the game. Do you and then Shang Tsung, who looks fucking fantastic. But here comes the best part, Jay.
Oh, I like
What
that.
you wanted to see.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Man, fucking hey. Oh, yeah. See, just can't go wrong with that part. Change the story all you want, but man, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, Mortal Kombat is still gonna have its fierce violence. It's not gonna go away, you know, and I think that's what makes every Mortal Kombat fun.
Mhm.
But what is gonna make this so enticing for
They
example,
literally make it rain blood. I just fucking love that. See, you just cannot go wrong with that shit. See that the storyline, I'm with you guys on this part. I'm a little concerned about the storyline. But goddamn, if the fucking fatalities look that fucking good, dude, like, goddamn it.
I mean, here's the thing: I buy Mortal Kombat games for the blood and gore. I don't buy them for the fucking story.
Well, and it begs the question too. The franchise as a whole is like barely 30 fucking years old. Like, when did Mortal Kombat 1 come out? Like 90 or 91? Like, I was like, I remember that shit. I remember playing that shit in the fucking arcades. Like, so like the franchise itself is not that old. I don't necessarily know that it needs a reboot right now, but maybe they do if they take the storyline in maybe a slightly different direction, but kind of keep faith to a lot of the characters. Maybe I don't fucking know. I didn't really keep up after fucking Mortal Kombat 3. You know what I mean? Literally Mortal Kombat 3. So I lost track a long fucking time ago about where the storyline went. Does that make sense? So, but the fatalities are always fun fucking watching, right?
I want a, how do you say this? I want a Mortal Kombat RPG. I think it's time. I think it's time. Look, Squilini just pulled it out.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah. I remember playing that shit on fucking Super Nintendo, dude. Like, fucking, you suck. You suck.
You suck.
Oh, I used to get so fucking mad at that motherfucker, dude. Like, talking shit to me after he fucking beat me, dude. Like, oh, like, I'm sure many a fucking Super Nintendo controller got destroyed around the country, dude. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Because that was like one of the first games where the game would talk shit to you. It was like what it wasn't the first, but it was one of the first. Like,
now there are some leaks here. According to an article, the following characters will be added as playable DLC characters via Combat Pack 1: Quan Chi, Omni-Man, Ermac, Peacemaker, Takeda, and Homelander. And the 5 cameo characters are Tremor, Johnny Cage, Chameleon, Movado, and Farah. A Johnny Cage skin for Jean-Claude Van Damme has also been confirmed yesterday.
Damn. I'm not gonna lie. That actually, like, dude, Omni-Man.
Omni-Man.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like the fucking the anime where he like fucking wastes like his version of the fucking Justice League as Superman?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, for those of you guys that are not familiar with Omni-Man, look up Omni-Man Kills Justice League. It's not the actual Justice League, but like he's like that comic universe's version of Superman. And like just watch him, like it'd be like as if Superman like got pissed off one day and just fucking laid waste to like the entire Justice League.
Got a little
on YouTube.
Got a little bit of the Homelander in him.
Dude, and then Homelander 2, right? You said Homelander 2?
Homelander as well.
Why can't they be fucking Soldier Boy, dude? What the fuck?
Like in the future. In other news,
now why can't it be the dude with the giant penis?
Oh, for fuck's sake, you fucking.
I have to agree. In other news, we have more photos from the Fallout set and a reveal. Are you ready?
Maybe.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. What's the reveal?
Our first look at a ghoul.
Really? Okay. That's close, right? That looks okay to me. It looks like they're staying pretty you know what I mean? Like
they're staying honest with it.
Yeah, staying close to this, source material. Yeah.
Now,
okay.
What interests me the most, we have Vault 33. and then we have a very. It's a very old Pip-Boy. This is not a newer style Pip-Boy. This is older. So I'm pretty excited here. We have here this obviously a real life computer, which someone actually, it is a 1977 Wang 2246C. It looks to be the match. They're using that for a set piece. You see some books here, which I can't tell out. This looks like a government
outpost. Wang is older than any of the Wangs in the room.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm personally excited. I'm personally excited for that one. Is there anything else for? Oh, there's been a lot of talk about GTA 6. We've talked about it before the show. There could be a possibility that Rockstar are throwing out little feelers to see what people think or whatever. This is we talked about. Eva Squilini said it in the conversation that we had earlier today. It's a good marketing tactic to get the feel of what the people like and see. The newest report that I've been able to find is that GTA 6 may be releasing way sooner than we think. This is coming from, yet again, the one place where all leaks come from, Reddit. And they're saying that the game is looking at fiscal year 2025, anywhere between April 2024 and March 2025 for release, with a reveal, by the end of the year. I feel like I've been lying to you guys this whole time because I predicted, it just seems to be something new. And I want to say that I blame the major leak that happened earlier this year for a major pushback on the reveal of the game this year.
Well, and Rockstar went from with the release of GTA 5, which was, what did we say earlier? September of 2013.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. 10 years ago this coming September. GTA 5 was released 10 years ago, and Rockstar lost pretty much every ounce of, they are the good guy company that they had in the subsequent 10 years. After that, their only bright spot in these last 10 years has been Red Dead Redemption 2. That's like been the only bright spot for Rockstar. Everything else has been them selling the fuck out, selling their souls, and we still don't have a fucking sequel to GTA 5. So I would sure hope that whatever they need to do to freaking make this, worth it and freaking good and whatever, I would sure hope they're trying their damnedest, and they better figure it out quick, because like the gaming industry, we've had this conversation many times. The gaming industry is in the fucking toilet. It is in the fucking toilet. Like we started this podcast to talk about gaming and kind of like with a military veteran centric viewpoint. We've had nothing to talk about for almost the last year and a half, almost 2 years. This podcast is going on 3 years now.
Yeah,
it's just fucking ridiculous. Like, we might as well fucking rebrand at this point, right? Like maybe we need to do a fucking reboot, because when the gaming industry sucks this much fucking dick, dude, like casual guys like me have nothing to say, because like I can't keep up with all the bullshit.
Yeah.
You got companies like Rockstar making these amazing fucking games and then just fucking everyone afterwards. Everyone afterwards.
It was also spotted by IGN that Take-Two told investors that their fiscal year 25 is a highly anticipated year, and that it spent the last several years planning for this year to take the company to even greater levels of success, including games that are groundbreaking titles that we believe will set new standards in the industry and enable us to achieve over $8 billion in net bookings.
Fiscal year 2025 would be October of next year. So that would still put us over a year out.
Yeah, they're saying April through March, April 24 through March 25.
I mean, I don't see this fucking releasing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not, dude. Fuck Rockstar. Fuck Rockstar, and they're fucking cocksuckers until they're not, dude. Like, fuck
we got 2 more. Redfall launched less than stellar reviews on the Xbox a few weeks ago. The heartbreaking thing is that Redfall is looking at over 290 active players right now.
What does that mean?
That means it's not doing fucking good.
290 active players where? Like just worldwide?
On Steam, with its 24-hour peak hitting just 351 for the past day. and that's down from an all-time peak of 6,124, and it's hard to see things turning around at any.
That's like, dude, that's low as fuck too. That ain't shit.
The game had a really bad release, and Phil Spencer, Phil Spencer from Xbox said himself that he doesn't blame. He doesn't blame the creators of the game because they came out with something original and it just didn't work. It just didn't work. People didn't like it.
Surprise.
So that's a shame. And our final news of the day we have here. This is actually big news. Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition has been approved by the EU regulators. Europe clears Microsoft giant $68.7 billion deal to acquire Activision just weeks after the regulators blocked the acquisition. The European Commission has concluded that the deal can pass thanks to commitments from Microsoft related to cloud gaming. The EU found that Microsoft would have no incentive to refuse to distribute Activision's game to Sony, and that even if Microsoft did decide to withdraw Activision's games from the PlayStation, this would not significantly harm competition in the console market. But EU regulators, much like the UK, did find the acquisition could harm competition around the distribution of PC and console games through cloud gaming services. The European Commission has identified remedies to allow for the deal to go ahead through a 10-year licensing deal that Microsoft has offered to its competitors, and these include a free license to consumers in EU countries that would allow them to stream via any cloud games streaming service of their choice, all current and future Activision Blizzard PC and console games that have a license for. Cloud providers will also be offered a free license to stream these games in EU markets. It also says here, these licenses are automatic and mean that consumers will have a right to stream Activision Blizzard games they have purchased or subscribed to any cloud streaming service of their choice and play them on any device using any operating system. And it appears that the European Commission requested Microsoft offer this automatic license, and the Xbox maker will apply this globally. Quote here, our decision represents an important step in this direction by bringing Activision's popular games to more devices and consumers than before thanks to cloud streaming. The executive VP in charge of competition policy at the European Commission said, the commitments offered by Microsoft will enable for the first time the streaming of such games in any cloud game streaming services, enhancing competition and opportunities for growth.
Okay. I'm not a huge economist, so I understand a few things about the global supply chain. I understand a few things about microchips and computer parts that are necessary for our current state of affairs in life that we enjoy, you probably want to pay attention to the European Union in the next couple of decades going forward. And and I would also probably want to stay on their good side too, because things is getting fun over there, and we're not immune. So just throwing it out there, everybody. Freaking be nice to our fellow brothers and sisters across the pond, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna get interesting. I think this is a great opportunity. I'm excited for Microsoft to be able to give opportunity to other players, and for the EU to be like, hey,
man, it's been a long time coming. We it's 2023, dude. Like all the banter and the bickering and the bullshit, tit for tat, spitting at each other, freaking, trading barbs. It's for the fucking birds, dude. Like, humanity's evolved. Like, we don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care where you're from. If you're fucking cool, you're cool. If you're fucking not, you're not. You know what I mean? Like, this is not. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the conglomeration. Excuse me, the conglomeration of countries that have chosen to join the EU, combining their forces. That's basically what the fucking United States did when we became a country, right? We combined like all the states, right? I think it's almost like why we call ourselves the United States of America, right? Like, we're a conglomeration of different peoples from different areas of this country, and we fucking form like Voltron, and we're a powerhouse because of it. Yeah. We're a powerhouse because we fucking stay together, because we fucking work together, because we fucking share our resources with each other. That's how we became number one. And like, while these other motherfuckers around us, sometimes it seems, want to tear it down, I have no fucking idea, because that's exactly what the fucking European Union is doing right now. They're becoming a powerhouse. And a lot of times the only way you can do that is by combining your resources. Okay? Like that's how it fucking works in reality. So anybody that wants a fucking history lesson and wants to fucking, repeat history by failing massively, try to do the opposite and see what happens. Have fun. Have fucking fun. Okay? So just saying, dude. Ask some of our British homies how they feel about not being part of the EU right now. And we'll see what the answers are. I'm really curious to hear about that sometimes. You know what I mean? Like they thought they were so smart getting out, right? So I say some people. And I think it's hurting Great Britain now more than anything, especially with deals like this. So
it hurts them in the end. Well, guys, you know what time it is. It's the end of the show. For some of you, it may be your favorite part of the show. Yeah. No, but I just want to say real quick, for the final thought, just remember that you are never alone in this journey. It's called life, and I'm not talking about the board game. All right, reach out, connect, and lean on the support of your loved ones. Your struggles may seem overwhelming at times, but together we can make a difference. So if you're feeling down, don't hesitate to seek help. There is strength in vulnerability. There is strength in vulnerability, and you are stronger than you think. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, you know what the number is. Star 988 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. I want to see you guys in 168 hours. We got a lot of stuff coming. Brandon says finally. We got a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of stuff that we want to talk to you guys about in the future, and we can't wait. So see you in 168, and we'll catch you next week. You guys better pray there's something to talk about, or we're just gonna fucking ramble on and talk.
I'm telling you, man, like the biggest problem right now is the lack of anything. Like we are getting force fed bullshit, and we're getting sick of it. So we might just have to fucking start steering the car in a little bit of a different direction.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are about to start forcing our hand, and you guys are about to see what we're talking about soon enough.
Hey man, everybody wants to be a gangster till it's time to do gangster ass shit, dude. So we'll fucking find out. I expect everybody in formation next week. You got 168 hours, right around thereabouts. Be good this week, guys. Nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing good happens after 10 o'clock.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Summer's coming. What's that thing that you say when summer's coming?
Oh, yeah. Get your fucking ass off the couch and get in the fucking gym. All right? It's time to get that fucking beach body you've always wanted instead of that bitch body you've always had. Now get the fuck off your ass and get the fuck out there and get motivated, motherfuckers. All right?
There it is. There it is.
And go touch some fucking grass.
All right. All right. Listen to me. All right. If you're gonna fucking tap it, wrap it. All right. If you can't find a fucking condom, all right, don't be a dummy. Go on her fucking tummy. All right. Keep your fucking asses safe out there. All right. Don't drink and drive. Don't do fucking illicit narcotics. Okay. Be fucking good to yourselves and your fellow human beings. This is not a hard fucking concept. How come every time I come in here, every 168 hours, another one of you dumb fucks have been arrested for some dumbass shit? Fuck me.
And you have it, folks. We'll fucking see you next week. You better come in with your what do they call it? Your written report.
Yeah, it's fucking you got a personnel report or a fucking god damn it though.
God damn it.
Whatever, I quit. I'm done.
Some motherfuckers.
Love you guys.